Fine. Are you ready for? Let's talk
Yes.
about Frostbite #1. We previewed this a few weeks ago, and we were all quite excited for it. So it'll be interesting to see whether our excitement paid off. Alex, how did you find issue 1 of Frostbite, which is, for the record, by Joshua Williamson and Shawn Alexander?
I really enjoyed it. I think it's a fascinating story. I think I like the fact that heat is a currency.
Mm.
That
No, that's cool.
just open. That's so bizarre and amazing at the same time. Um, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of it. I think the Vertigo are doing really well recently. A lot of their stuff has been really, really good. Um, I'm yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
It's good. Art's good. It's the same sort of style as Jessica Jones as well, which doesn't shouldn't fit with this story, but does as well. You're looking through an old lens at something broken.
Mm.
In its essence, it's broken, and the way it's shown to you is a broken way of showing it to you as well. The detail which you would normally get from these sort of scenes just isn't there. It's very, very clean and crisp
Well,
and basic.
I loved the sort of absence of because of the setting that everything's covered in snow. There's a very different color palette at work than you normally see in a book. Loads of stark white areas, and then the kind of small bits of detail in and amongst it that kind of fits the setting of the world's fucked. There's not many people left alive. Um, it fits it really well, but it's just visually interesting, and like you say, the detail on there reminds me of, you probably not read. Jonathan Hickman is also an artist. He's a really good artist, and he leaves a lot of negative space as well. And it reminded me of his work. I think the art was probably my favourite thing about it. It's not to say the script is bad, because it's also a really interesting setup. It's got familiar parts that we've sort of seen before. It reminds me a lot of Serenity in a way, and Firefly, in that there's a
Mhm.
group of people trying to stay alive on the fringes, whatever, taking jobs, like living from hand to mouth, and the first mission is this like get people from A to B type mission, which is reminded me as well of an episode on there, and they turn out to be more, I think it's the first episode of Firefly. They turn out to be more, or it was the originally intended first episode of Firefly,
Oh yeah.
the pilot. So anyway,
Which
yeah,
pilot?
give up. It's I really enjoyed it. It's not to say it's completely original. It's like a lot of end of the world type things. But the other thing that I wanted to touch on was this main character who's morally questionable, which was interesting for a main character to do what she does, because normally you get the hero type approach of
Mhm.
she comes across this person. I don't want to spoil it too much, and has a reaction that I wasn't expecting.
Oh, I was.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have probably done the same
Well,
as well.
exactly, but normally,
I
Yeah.
can, I can, I. That's the first thing I thought of when she found out what she found out. I thought, there's no way that this normal person, just who's living, like you say, on the fringes, living hand to mouth, will be able to control themselves and not do what she ended up doing. There,
absolutely.
there was there was no way that, and if I think it would have been out of character for her to control herself.
But
It wouldn't have worked.
you would normally see the lead of a book or of anything like a TV show, like Mal Reynolds. Would he have killed a person, or would he have risen above it and done? And I'm not saying she should have done that, because I really like the fact that she just gave in to her instincts of just, sort of doing what she thought was right in that moment, as a normal person would, but not being like this epitome of goodness and moral
Mm.
virtue. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know, and
I thought that did a really good job of showing this book is about real people who do
mhm.
it's kind of real stuff in difficult circumstances.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. It was well, yeah, well placed.
Hmm.
It was a good place to put it in as well.
Yeah.
Because although it wasn't right at the very end of the book, it was close enough to the end that
Where
you
added
walked
last
away
impression.
think. Yeah, it wasn't a
Yeah.
cliffhanger because that's
No, but
done to death.
you kept thinking about it. Like,
Yeah,
after, yeah, no, I completely agree on that aspect.
it's definitely a sleeper thought.
Well,
I think.
because we're gonna have to spoil it, really, aren't we? Spoilers for the next few minutes. She comes across this doctor who is one of the people responsible for this new ice age that killed pretty much fucking everyone on the planet, and so she just murders him basically in cold blood. And at the end, which is the other kind of like morally questionable piece of behaviour, is that she lies about it and says, "No, he died trying to save me." And you can see why she does it, and you would probably do the same thing in her position. But it's like it's unexpected to see the hero of a story behave in such an underhand way. I killed this guy, and then I lie about why I did it to his daughter. It's more of a side characters type storyline or a villainous one in a way. But I like that it's the main character. I found that like to be an important part of the books to why I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think the line was probably the more jarring part.
Yeah.
Because the way she killed him, she seemed to be quite confident in that what she's doing was completely correct. And then to go back and lie, whether she was lying for her own good or for his daughter's good, is still left up to question.
Yeah.
Was she just lying to say to the daughter, "Look, your dad was a dick, but I don't want you feeling like crap forever.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you that he was saving me"? Or did she lie because she's trying to persuade herself that what she did
Was for the
was
good?
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that it opens up a good storyline for the characters only in a turmoil as well.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be voiced through that. I don't know what his name is. The chap who's running around with her anyway, with the neckband or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be through their conversations.
I mean, the reason I like these end of world type stories is because it lets us see what people are willing to do when the circumstances are really dire. It's like why people enjoy war stories. Like, this is when shit is going off. What would you do to save yourself, save someone else, whatever, to survive? And that's why Walking Dead was mostly interesting for the first part, and has become something kind of different now. And that's why all of these kind of scenarios become the road and stuff like that. Like, what is important to people? What will they do?
It gets down to the primal aspect of humanity, which obviously this does really well. I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where it goes for sure.